Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hamster's Hobby Hang. We got a full house over here. We
That was Full House, right?
Uncle, it was by the end. I recognized it by the end.
Yeah. I was trying to remember if it was that one or there's another one.
At first, I was like, Chris is making up songs again. But
everywhere you look,
Everywhere you look.
I don't remember. Anyway,
and I am having, I'm envisioning the bridge, the flyover of the bridge, and they're in the convertible smiling, right?
With Uncle
Cousin Jesse.
Uncle's Jim and
Uncles,
Jim and
yes,
Jarvis.
the Uncles Tanner, yeah, I think they all had.
Yes, the Uncle's Tanner.
But yeah, we got Toby back, and we have our friendly archivist Tyler with Chris.
So
This is an awesome setup.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and Mace. What's up, Jimmy? What's up, D-Roo? Poison, Wyverns, NPC. All right, see you, Mace. I'm turning on the Mace factor myself tonight already.
Oh, let me turn on the bricks. Hang on. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I gotta go turn on the bricks.
The what?
What are the bricks?
I would also love to know.
I was gonna say, do you know what he's talking about?
No.
Awesome. Well, so Toby had one plan, but it turns out most laptops need a screen attached to them. So he's switched it up.
Oh man.
My laptop is currently under repair. Look at my MacBook.
Oh wow.
Look, no screen.
That's
Hey, Toby, can you make it so that the other side is facing outwards? Right? Now
Yeah.
put that on your shoulder with it facing out, and it looks
like a boombox. Oh yeah,
Yes.
see, Toby is working on the Dwarven Forge modular laptop. He's pulling it apart.
Isn't a modular laptop
A PC.
Yeah, you're right. Man, over quarantine, I put new USB slots in my computer, which is like just a screw, and I was like, oh man, I'm a tech guy. I was like, I can do computers.
computers?
So what
I
do you
work on the computer?
Yeah. What are you working on then, Toby?
Today I was going to do some modeling, but like last week, because my computer problems. At least last week I was able to use it and do digital painting. But this week I'm going to be sculpting clay. I'm going to be doing New York City, but in the style of Dwarven Forge terrain.
Awesome. And hey, if you really want to on this show, Toby, you can do modeling whenever you want. All right? Just a little runway action. Yeah. What are you doing, Mace?
So I was gonna do the castle originally, but I kind of got back home from dinner with not a lot of time. So tonight I'm working on this little black book right here, which is like a glorified collage scrapbook thing.
Oh, cool.
And my friend and I, Maddie, started this movie club at the beginning of the year because we want to watch more classic movies, and I'm tired of everybody getting mad at me for not having seen stuff. So I'm making little pages of stuff. Like, I'll show you one. So the first movie we watched was Vertigo, and this is from that. It's got photos and stuff, and then you did the thing. It's kind of like a weird pop-up book.
I love this, and I gotta zoom in on Chris's face right now. What is this face that's happening?
Yeah, he looks confused.
Mace, I have a confession to make.
What's up?
whenever they ask you, "Oh, you haven't seen this movie?" Most of the time, I haven't seen it either.
I think most people haven't. Like, I think a lot of people have seen a few films that are like classics, but not all of them, except for like annoying film buffs that are like, "What? You haven't seen The Matrix 2? You haven't seen Titanic? You haven't seen Herbie Hancock in concert?" Like, it's so annoying. And it's like, it's not that I don't plan on seeing it.
Who
and
are
they
these
actually
people you're
recommend
talking
it.
to?
It's just that
Everyone.
Herbie Hancock has never been on stage in 30 years. How am I supposed to see a show?
For real. But, like, don't get offended because I haven't seen a movie. More tell me why I should see it. Otherwise, I'm purposefully not going to watch that
Yeah.
movie out of spite.
Same. I hate when people are like, "You have to watch this." Like, I don't want to watch it. I don't think I want to like it. Like,
I'll watch it when I'm good and ready.
yeah. I'll let
So-
the people
Back
feel
up.
It's my favorite candy.
So, Chris, I have a lot of questions. One, what the heck are these bricks you're talking about? Two, what emotions were you just feeling with with that face earlier?
So I've been waiting a good 3 minutes to ask. So should I turn off the bricks then if you're not doing the castle?
Oh.
Oh,
that's the
yes.
channel point.
Sorry.
Okay. That's right.
So I
I
should.
didn't
So I should.
understand what you meant by brick.
So
I was-
turn off. So turn off the bricks is what you're saying.
Yeah, turn them off.
Yeah, I
All
guess
right,
for
no
this
more
time.
bricks.
See, I was confused because you said I'm
Sorry,
gonna go
Chris.
do the bricks, but then you physically left. So I was like, what is he up to?
He just breaks through your wall
Yeah.
behind you.
Ah, not my bricks.
And the viewers have to pay for my home to get repaired.
Right.
What are you working on, Hamster?
Well, I recently got some models, little astronaut models from a company called Alternative Armies in preparation for Stargrave coming out this spring. And they gave me a little free model of this little Wraith ghost banshee lady. And it was sitting on my desk, and we had our meeting kind of right before I was setting up with Mace and other customer service. And I was like, I need a model. And then there it was right on my desk. I said, okay, that's the one. It is fate.
Is that Ray the astronaut too?
Yeah, this is an astronaut Wraith. Going into space.
If she went to the moon with the NASA people?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, so my experiment with this, you guys know I always like to do some kind of little experiment. I'm going to try to keep it like within the same color, like homogeneous. And I don't necessarily, I'm not going to just use one color, but I want it to appear like a single color. It's like going to be a very apparently like a green ghost or blue ghost, right? And not have, so how do I get the separation and the contrast with like the same color range, like the range of the same hue? So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And I've been priming a lot of stuff with black, and so I haven't used this light gray. So I want to see how that affects things too.
Nice.
Cool.
Shake it good.
What are you two
Shake it good,
working on?
Tyler. Yeah, what are you guys doing over there? Dude, hey, let's see your fancy view. Cut to camera 2.
My hands were full.
Yeah, you can't. We're not just here.
Bye-bye.
Hey, look at this production value.
Yeah, that's 2 camera angles. Whoa.
That's what I'm working. I'm working on that.
Nice.
I know it's blurry.
It's very far away.
Sorry.
That's the main thing.
This miniature is extra miniature.
That's one of the NPCs in our game.
Hmm?
Is this a Hero Forge
also-
model?
Eldritch Foundry, actually.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. I like
So-
that pack. A lot of details on the pack with the bedroll and
Yeah,
stuff.
right? Yeah, it's really good. And I tried to do like a variant, sort of like a blackish blue and brown to kind of like accentuate different parts of the canvas.
Yeah.
I was gonna do this,
Ooh, I recognize that.
but I'm looking at it now and I'm scared. So I might grab something else.
Well, in your defense, that to me, that's in a good way one of the most disturbing pieces we've made.
Yeah, it's rough. I'm looking at this and it's like, man, I gotta like get the stone in here still, and then it's just a lot, man.
Yeah.
God damn it.
And the way that Aaron for the factory paint got like the fleshiness down is just gross and awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried about that whole situation.
You'll do great.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out a better camera angle. It was way too zoomed in on my face from both of you guys.
What do you say?
Mine is
Camera.
showcasing all my
Zoomed in on
green
my face.
Oh, sure.
Oh, sorry.
closer.
It gets fancier every week. Yeah,
Give us a nostril
Chris gave
for-
us the four person overlay. Now we got new camera angles. He even gave us the suggestion for the music this week, which is an artist that he knows from out west.
Amy Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She does very good stuff, and she lets people use it for streams and stuff. As long as you're not doing like a big commercial project or something, she's like, yeah,
Right.
just use it. Like, give
Yeah.
credit, obviously.
What
like
I looked it up. When he suggested it, and I just accidentally kept listening to it for like an hour. I was like, this is awesome.
It's very good. It's also very ambient, so it's easy to.
Right.
Well, she also does a bunch of video game music too.
Yeah, she has a lot of video game covers that not all of them are as ambient. Some of them are like super. She has this like space folk video game cover band. The space. It's like space folk, but also with some metal. It's a weird thing called Involved in the Troubles, and they did like 3 covers, and it's been years since they've done one, but it's very, very good. It's a bunch of YouTube musicians.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She does very good stuff.
Need something to
But
pick into it.
is this stone or is no? It's not. Okay. Let's see.
Wow, it's gonna be too big. Damn it.
What's too big?
The nozzle is plugged.
Oh, yeah. That's like the worst thing about paint bottles. I think it's just when they clog themselves. I absolutely hate having to mess with those
Yeah, that's tough.
because I always feel like I'm just gonna break and destroy the bottle.
Yeah, and I've made the mistake of being impatient and just squeezing harder. That turns into a mess.
Yeah. I've made that mistake, but over my laptop.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It still has splatters too at the office, right on your keyboard.
Yeah.
There's like white everywhere.
Even every part of this, like even somehow this webcam up here that you guys are seeing me on the Discord call has a speck of paint on it. These headphones have like interference paint on them. I don't know how it gets everywhere, but it's on my hands, it's on the bottles, it gets, the bristles sometimes flick and get stuff everywhere.
Dude, I should put interference paints on the black part of my headphones.
That would look awesome.
Do it.
I feel like that would get sticky.
Oh yeah,
I'll spray it.
Don't forget to cover the cat ears parts of them too.
I kind of want cat ear headphones just to have them.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Why not?
Mace?
I think you should get them. I think they're cute. You look like a.
Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think of that, Tyler?
I've been talking to Mace about upgrading my hamster helmet since this is for children. This costume helmet.
But I
What
also
are you
think
gonna do
that's
to make it
cute.
adult?
So I think you should keep it.
What'd you say, Mace?
Are you saying the stream is for children or your helmet's for children?
No, this helmet is literally like a kid's plastic costume helmet.
Yeah, you should keep it.
I was gonna say I don't think the stream is for children. Otherwise, we'd have to change the songs that we sing. Because none of them are gonna know that stuff.
Oh,
Well, part of me, Toby, wants to make it like if I get an actual cool replica helmet, not like a. Because the thing is, as I used to wear it on my stream, but it's just a piece of plastic on your head, so it got very hot.
You should make the ears just like fans that blow down on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I just hot glowed those ears. Those ears are actually like hair clips. There's hair clips on the ears, which I glued to the helmet, and I got them on Etsy. I couldn't find ones like that, surprisingly. So I went on Etsy, and this came to mind because of my hometown, where the University of Minnesota's mascot is the Gophers. So I looked for some kind of Gophers product, and that's what they're from. Is they're for?
I thought that was definitely for something else, but.
Hold on, I just heard a crash outside.
Wait, so it's not even supposed to be a hamster helmet? That's supposed to be a gopher helmet?
Go figure.
Here's the problem. This thing is just.
Let's just clean the army painter bottle tips. I think it's worse with glue, though. When glue, like, glues itself shut, that's horrendous.
Getting somewhere, though.
So what was everybody up to today?
I was settling things for the new website.
New website?
Sorry, I stepped away for a second. What did I had to take a call.
Oh, good. We were talking about you, so it's actually good you stepped away.
Was it shit talking? Because
Yeah, we were asking you to address we were asking you to address the allegations if you had anything to say, and you just kind of didn't say anything. So
We took it as a no comment.
yeah.
Pleading the fifth.
just walk away.
What was that Dom DeLuise movie that we saw? Was it Breaking the Fifth?
Yeah, breaking the fifth.
Yeah. So Dom DeLuise is dead, but there's like apparently a movie that came out like 16 years after he died, 13 years after he died, like in 2019. And I've looked it up, and it looks terrifying. It's like a children's animated film that for some reason came out like 13 years after he actually recorded his lines for it. And that's like what he's on record as like his last role. But they have like the Animaniacs voice actors and stuff in it. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah, I want to track it down. Like, oh man, I gotta look this up. It's a weird name.
Bungie and the Breakaway Bear.
It's like Bougie Bears and it had something rhythm. Let's see, Dom DeLuise. Bongi Bear.
Bongi Bear.
Or Bongi Bear. I don't know if it's a hard or a soft G. Let's see. Somewhere here. Yeah. Bongi Bear and the Kingdom of Rhythm. It does not have its own Wikipedia page. The IMDb page does not look great.
It sounds fantastic.
I want to track this down, though.
I mean, it came out the same year as Cats.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go.
Wait, the movie?
Yeah, this movie came out in 2019, even though Dom DeLuise died in like 2006.
13 years in development hell sounds like the worst thing a movie could have.
I mean, it's either it was 13 years in development hell, or they just like canceled it, and then the company needed money at the last minute. It's like, oh, we have this thing that's
well, well, we got Bongi Bear.
Guys, the synopsis. A young orphan bear named Bongi, or Bongi, befriends Princess Katrina. When the witch Bandrilla casts a spell on the people of the kingdom, preventing them from doing what they love most, dancing,
I knew
Bongi Bear breaks out to break the spell.
So it's
Footloose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's animated Footloose, but with like.
Where's D-Roo at? You still in the chat? You just the
Wait.
guy in Footloose.
Wait, it's not even. It's not even all animals. It's like mostly humans, and then there's Bonji Bear,
Then this freaking
And
bear.
and an ostrich, and then like a blue grandma owl, and then like a couple
Ooh.
chipmunks, and then the rest seem to be human.
Okay, but the ostrich has a killer mustache.
This is very unsettling.
Wait. Never mind.
Were you about to question the mustache?
No, I was about to question why it wasn't released. Like, what year was Hurricane Katrina?
2009?
Or
2008?
was it
Yeah,
Hurricane-
there's no way. Yeah,
Wait, no,
there's no way that they didn't release
Katrina
it because
was 2006.
Okay.
There's no way that they didn't release it because her name is Katrina. Like, my money is on either they straight up ran out of money for a long time, and so it was just in production hell, or the assets got liquidated and it changed hands like a couple times before somebody actually like published it. Something along those lines.
This thing is gunked up good.
They probably just realized that they they can release it, and now they don't have to pay one of the lead actors.
I mean,
we didn't have the money to actually pay Dom DeLuise, so it was lucky that he just died.
they all would have gotten.
We can
paid
finally afford to
when they-
release it.
The thing is,
13 years later.
Maybe
They all would have gotten
Maybe-
paid when they recorded their lines, though, so it couldn't have been
No,
bad.
Right.
Yeah.
you don't know if he decided to get paid then or decided to get a percentage.
Man, they absolutely. I'm sure that some royalties are. Okay, and here's the thing: even if he's dead, like that money would just go to like his family or something. It would still go somewhere, even if he's getting royalties. Like they still got to pay that stuff out.
Huh.
Like
Yeah, Gilded's got the right idea. This sounds so bad that I want to watch it.
also, if all they were waiting for was for Dom DeLuise to die, like they waited 13 years, like till after he was dead to do it. So it doesn't make any sense.
They were making sure that for 13
It wasn't fake.
Would reanimate.
Oh.
My money is on them just like running out of money or the project getting sold to a different company or something. Yeah, I do want to see it at some point.
Have you thought that maybe it's Bongi Bear,
Yeah, I said it's either Bongi or Bonji.
but like a softer G, not like
That's what he said.
Bongi, not Bongi, but like Bongi.
That's what I said, wasn't
Is
it?
it? Oh, okay.
I wasn't
I thought you
going
were going for a
Bongi.
hard. I thought you were going for a hard G.
Man, I don't need to put that much thought into this movie. if I'm being real.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I don't want to sound elitist, but I'm not terribly concerned about my pronunciation of Bonky Bear and the Kingdom of Rhythm.
I mean, we were just arguing for like 5 to 10 minutes about why they didn't release it on time. So I think you do care.
Yeah.
I care about the inner workings of the industry. Because you don't understand, because there's a movie I did that I'm pretty sure will eventually come out like 10 years from now, but they currently can't release it because the last couple weeks of filming they were actually out of money and they just didn't tell anybody, and so a bunch of people worked for free. And then they got sued like crazy because you can't do that. And so now it's not getting edited because they have so much debt and so much that they need to pay back to the people that they had working on the movie that it's just sitting there unedited.
No,
So-
the reason why it's not being released is because they're waiting for you to die.
it's like
We
60
all-
years late. It's 60 years later, and they finally released this movie.
There
And you're credited posthumously. They're like, yeah.
I'm sure there are probably a couple movies and several YouTube videos that are scheduled to go up as soon as I die. But, nah. No, I was only like background in that, so I meant nothing. I'm also one of the people who didn't get my money back in the lawsuit because I wasn't union.
Ah, dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well, you're not union, so you're not human. It's
Well,
fine.
I didn't get the union's lawyers because I wasn't
Yeah.
union. Like that's basically it. So
unions are
there's a thing of like, well, do I want to pursue this by myself? Do I want to try and sue a production company by myself right now?
Right.
Like, yeah.
Damn it.
So, but like it had a. I'm sure at some point that movie will come out, and suddenly people are going to be like, "Oh, what's this movie with Giancarlo Esposito?" And, oh man, who else was in it? I think Aaliyah was in it. It had like 6 celebrities and then a bunch of background actors. I was one of like 120 background actors shooting in a shutdown subway station in the middle of the summer with no air conditioning.
Oh
Not
my
getting
god,
paid.
that's the worst.
And it was overtime all 3 days. They did like 16 hours. So we were all like, well, at least we're going to get paid a lot of money because we're doing a lot of overtime. And then it turns out we weren't going to get a lot of money. They weren't even going to pay us our basic wages.
I was in a movie that was probably just a grift.
The one in Portland?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Like the astronaut movie?
Yeah. It was insane.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that. That was wild. You were describing like the guy coming in and like how the whole process happened, and I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
this sounds like just every red flag in the book.
And I remember the only reason I did it was because a person I knew at the time who I was like, yeah, it's my friend. Like, he wouldn't try to screw me. Like, he wouldn't try to like help this guy grift other people into doing something that then like doesn't go anywhere.
Well,
Learned that lesson. And then that guy asked me like 3 months later, hey, do you want to be a part of this other movie thing? And I'm like, no.
with that track record, like, I don't know,
It's like,
man.
I don't want you to ever have a career. This sucks.
I think it's the thing with film is a lot of people get into it and they don't really know what they're doing, which is fine. Everybody starts out not knowing what they're doing. Some people never bother figuring out what they're doing, and then a lot of people end up getting screwed over because of it.
And then some people make cats.
Did Cats at least break even? Did they make their money back on that movie?
I guarantee.
Because like a bunch of people went to see it at least as a joke, right?
Yeah, like, there's no way that that movie didn't make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it became too famous as so bad,
Yeah.
and everyone wanted to see it.
Or, you know, like, it's like, let's go watch this. Yeah, like,
I remember
people genuinely still like the musical, and I get that.
I remember one thing where they were like, oh, we have to go see the movie before they fix it, because they were literally sending out an updated cut,
Mhm.
because apparently, like, a cut had been sent out to theaters
Yeah.
where some of the special effects just, like, didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would just see people who, like, were not in their cat suits and stuff in some of the shots. It was like, you sent a movie that
Well,
genuinely wasn't
Mace,
finished.
didn't you see it in? Didn't you see one of those editions where it's like the hands like
Yeah.
it was like the fur was like a second delay?
Yeah, it was really bad. Like, I saw it, obviously, at least the first week of its release, in a tiny theater in a small town in Iowa, so I don't think it was top priority for the fixes, and it was awful. Also, apparently, one of the things that they fixed was the original picture had the cat's posterior.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they edited out the buttholes. That's right. And I remember, I remember everybody being like, "Oh, we gotta." Like, I remember everybody suddenly, like, one weekend just being like, "We gotta go see Cats now. We gotta see the butthole cut." Like, release the sphincter cut,
Yeah.
and that all that jazz.
I actually had
What an
I
experience.
had a nightmare last night, and Nina was in it, where
I'm
we
very,
were
very
supposed to go
concerned.
finally, and I couldn't go again because I got lost in the batting cage of a zoo. I don't know why the zoo had a batting cage. Maybe they had extra fences left over or something. I also don't know why I would get lost in a batting cage, because it's like you can see the outside.
It's not a bad
It's an open fence. It's just like
Yeah.
it's not. Oh man.
Yeah, it didn't make sense, but I texted Nina and she's like, that it was almost a year ago since we went and saw it, and I was like, yeah, I can't believe it. I still sing Memory every single day, and sometimes it seems like that's all I have left. So yeah, Cat was the downfall of human civilization. Who knew?
Was that 2019? That was one of the last.
Right at the end of 2019.
That was like one of the last major film releases before the pandemic.
I don't even remember the last thing I saw in theaters.
For a lot of people, it was Sonic the Hedgehog.
I either Parasite or The Lighthouse. I can't remember which one I saw first.
Oh yeah, I saw Lighthouse. But that was way before. It was like 2018 or 2017.
No, it wasn't.
No, Lighthouse was 2019. It was later in the year.
Yeah, it was the same year as those movies.
I don't remember anything past December. Okay.
Okay.
You don't have to.
I know. I gave up.
It sounds like a bootleg.
I think I saw Parasite after Jojo Rabbit.
We saw it together. We saw Parasite.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember if that was before or after.
That was before, because it was before you went home.
I forgot the name. I
saw Jojo Rabbit on Thanksgiving alone because that became my Thanksgiving tradition. Was going to see a movie by myself. I remember I saw Blade Runner.
Then you saw it before we saw Parasite, because we saw Parasite in December.
Cool. Yep, that answers the question then.
Because I went home, and that was part of the weekend where like I watched like Knives Out and Parasite and then Rise of Skywalker. So it was this like trifecta of like great, awesome, whoa, movies, and okay.
Man. Sounds like a bootleg.
I think he was talking about the cats.
Oh, the cats thing. I am genuinely curious. Like, yeah, like what version of the movie is going to be released on the DVDs? I guess I'm assuming the most recent one. But like,
does that mean that the only way to get the version that everyone actually wants is by like bootleg discs?
That's very possible. I wonder if anybody out there like has bootlegs of the Sphincter cut.
One can only hope.
Yo, if any of you know how to find the Sphincter cut of Cats, please let me know.
Just keep saying it too.
The Sphincter cut?
Yeah, you just keep.
Oh no! God.
I just think it's very important that we preserve like that part of film history.
Oh, absolutely. I just
also, I love
phrasing. I agree with the phrasing.
Right, absolutely.
Damn.
I also love the concept of Tom Hooper's Cats movie being spoken of with the terms film and history. Let's see.
Oh, I'm having a hobby emergency.
What did you do?
Uh-oh.
Metal models can sometimes have like residue on them, and they can make paint flake off. So you clean them.
Oh, why?
So why are you doing metal? I gave this a toothbrush bath and everything, and it's still coming off on me.
Yeah, I do not like metal minis, honestly. I love the detail you can get out of them, but like the actual process of painting them is just so much more frustrating than plastic.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you accidentally got paint in your eye, or you purposefully ate paint.
Well, everyone at the office knows I purposely eat paint, but...
Dip your pizza in it?
Did I what?
Do you dip your pizza in it?
Yeah, that's it gives it some zest. Especially if there's some, you've been painting with metallic paints. Some little extra texture, little flakes in there.
Mmm, scrumptious.
Good luck.
I kind of want to put marinara on a piece and see what happens.
No.
Pizza dungeon, pizza dungeon, pizza dungeon.
Pizza dungeon? Pizza dungeon?
Yeah,
you want to put marinara on a piece and see what happens?
Yes.
No.
To what?
I want to see if it looks good.
No.
She does.
Yeah, well, you're just lying at this point. Clearly, I want to see this.
No.
Yes. Why would I lie about this?
All right, disclaimer: when using aerosol sprays, always have proper ventilation and safety gear. Unlike what I'm about to do to protect this miniature.
Do as he don't, not as he do.
I mean, technically, you're in your own home, so at this point, I can't do anything to stop it.
That's actually why I brought Tyler on today. I was telling him the hobby hang has not been a safe environment.
Listen, last week we were juggling knives.
What?
Yeah, that was
That's my
someone's
hobby.
hobby. That was someone's
Yeah,
hobby.
that was someone's hobby. Come on, keep up. We had
You can't hobby hate.
we had Sideshow Bob. Yeah, we had Sideshow Bob on the show.
I do love. You can't hobby hate.
That's gonna be our catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
No hobby
it's
haters
hamster.
allowed.
It's like a chibi hamster face, like. Yes.
Can we commission some art of Hamster in like the Hamtaro style?
Yeah. Love it.
Like, can we find that in the company budget to commission an artist who does like Hamtaro fan art to draw a hamster?
I hope Jay's watching.
Yeah,
Then we don't have to ask. You can just let us know.
I hope Jay's at home. What hobby do you think Jay is doing at home as he watches?
Making jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he
I
does?
think-
No, but he loves jewelry.
Oh.
I think he'd be building those ships in a bottle.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Yes.
sick.
You know why? Because that's the most
Can we
gentlemanly
do
thing.
that?
That's the most gentlemanly hobby, and he was logged into the Dwarven Forge Google account, so on YouTube there was a search history about how to be a gentleman.
Oh, that's
Wait.
right.
No, it was what kind of gentleman are you? And he was trying to figure out between French, Italian, or English gentleman.
But which to his credit, he is very much a gentleman. Deera says.
Oh yeah, nobody could say otherwise.
Deera says smells like merch. All right, Hamtaro hobby hang shirts smells like merch. Bunny's in the house. What's up, Rabbit?
Hello,
Rabbit. Hey, Rabbit. Oh, Miles is playing Stardew Valley.
Well, of course you know.
Well, Miles
this
is not on the
means
screen.
war.
That's my hobby.
Is watching him.
Playing Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley's very good. I know you don't like
did you
games
say
that are about being... Yeah, I know that you don't like games where people are happy. But
Look, if I'm happy all the time, I don't need my games to make me happy.
Well, then let us sad people have it, okay?
all I'm saying is there's nothing like... You can't do anything dangerous in Stardew Valley, so you should be fine.
No, I don't hate that.
If you work longer than you should, you fall unconscious. And you get warped back to your house, and it's like, whoa, you gotta like not do that, dude.
They're like,
You're
hey,
not
work-life balance, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
You ever have that happen to you in a game, and you're just like, whoa, what does it say about me? I work too hard in my games.
Well, that's like the motif of the Wii, right? Like the Wii, every single game you start up, it's like, listen, looking at the TV for hours on end can hurt your eyes. And you're like, yeah, all right, Wii, thanks, man. I just wanted to bowl a little bit. Can I just bowl for a second here?
Drink water.
It's like, yes, I will. Wii.
30 minutes of exercise every day.
What do you think I'm playing this game for, Wii?
Yeah, I'm buying the exercise game to make myself feel better, then I'm not gonna play it. Get off my back, all right?
Don't forget it's tax season.
Honestly,
And then the 10-year-olds are like, what?
home?
Your mother's birthday is in 3 weeks.
You can just import the family calendar.
The weed starts managing your life.
Honestly, here for it.
Let's go over workplace conflict resolution.
Okay.
DMN Games would like to know if that's Relic Blade Hamster.
So
This is not. This is from a company called Alternative Armies. I got a bunch of astronaut sort of miniatures from them for Stargrave when it comes out, and they gave me this free one that's sort of like a wraith. So I'm trying to do a little more of the underpainting that I did last week, but turn it into sort of a ghosty gal. So the company's called Alternative Armies.
Alternative Armies, huh?
Yeah.
Is this the Creed line or the
this
Nickelback
is
line?
the alt show, yeah. I'm enjoying Chris's faces. Normally it's the miniature cam.
Normal.
Normally, I can't stand looking at that face.
No. I'm saying normally the hobby hang he has the camera on his miniature.
Yeah.
Let's see how it is.
No, I'm saying I'm happy to see your face.
It disgusts me.
Digging up that hole, Betty. Digging up that hole.
You got to go dig those holes.
Hey.
Pick 'em up. Man. That's an unreasonably good movie for what it was, right?
Holes?
Like,
Yeah, it's a good
yeah.
movie.
Like, by all accounts, like, when you think about it, it's like, this could have been really bad, but it actually, like, wound up being pretty good.
Say it again, Toby.
Which movie?
Holes. Starring Shia LaBeouf.
I never watched the movie.
Shia
Oh,
LaBeouf, sorry.
What do you?
You ever think about the
Didn't
fact
hear
that...
you. That was the thing.
You ever think about the fact that his name in French means Shia the Beef?
He is the beef.
He's the beef.
I just want to refer to him as the Beef.
He's what the old lady in the 80s was asking for.
Where's the beef? Well, actually,
Yeah.
well, he's currently filming Even Stevens. Give him a couple years, and he's
Hey.
gonna be in a lot of trouble, actually. But
Selena in the
Not
house.
famous
What's up?
anymore.
she just goes into every movie,
Hey.
just every movie, just screaming, "Where's the beef?"
Homemade chili and cornbread, David. Holy smokes! I would die for some of that. I love me some chili and cornbread.
Ooh, have you ever had chili and cinnamon rolls?
Chili
No.
and cinnamon rolls?
That's a wild
Yeah,
combination.
gross, but paired together, they're really good.
Really?
You don't understand.
Genuinely, I know
I'll
it
eat.
sounds really weird.
I'll eat essentially anything together. Like I don't care. I've heard apparently Nutella and pickles is great.
What?
Haven't tried it, but because I haven't tried it, I'm not going to say they're wrong. Everything within
Thank
me
you.
screams, but I'm not going to say that they're wrong.
Yes,
Yeah.
Toby.
Thank you. I like that mentality. Just
Mhm.
because you didn't have it, that doesn't mean you know if it's good or not.
1000%.
And then I try everything, even like weird combination garbage. So
I keep trying to convince my friend Will that Spam actually can be good.
It can.
The problem was that he ate it straight out of the can.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's
Spam, spam,
it's
spam,
not
spam,
food at that
spam,
point.
spam,
It's not
spam.
food at that point. It's so strong. I was telling him, I'm like, look, you got to cut it with something. You got to put it on some rice to like help like either something bland or something sweet, which is why rice and pineapple both work great with it. Like, cause it's so salty. It is so ridiculously salty.
Yeah, I've had like I saw this recipe that I still want to try. That's like sliders with Spam coleslaw on the Hawaiian sweet rolls.
Oh,
So that sounded
Oh.
pretty good.
I could go for that, honestly.
Yeah.
I wanna cook like an actual just like big meal. The problem is like the only times I ever get motivated to like really cook something that isn't like very simple and meant for one small meal is when like there's like a lot of people
Right.
involved. Like I like to make shepherd's pie and stuff like that. But we're in a pandemic and
Yeah.
I see all of 2 people in my life right now. Both of whom get their food from other places, generally speaking. So I haven't like, but I should just make like a massive meal and just be like, well, I'm gonna be eating this for a week, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's the thing is sometimes I make something nice and then it's over in 10 minutes. I'm like, oh.
Chris Cam looking like they're ready to commentate on some esports.
Yeah.
Basically, everything in this apartment has been arranged to handle a number of different productions and stuff that we do. We just have a lot of random stuff around. I totally could do, yeah, like the green screen on that wall is because I do a lot of weird stuff where I green screen.
Also, you know, for live play or actual play D&D game, like we would put stuff behind players.
Back when we were filming our D&D like show, back when we were like filming that all in the same room, we had like green screen running like along 2 walls of it, so we green screened all the players out into like the environments and stuff. But now that everybody is recording remotely, we can't. There's not really a point to doing it.
Can I request something? I think you should put your second camera view, you know, to zoom in on the pieces on the green screen.
The zoom
like
is
just
just
take the green
behind you.
screen down and like just put the green screen like over the table here, so then we can green screen it out and you just see like a floating piece, or
No, just you see like the zoom in of the piece behind you.
oh
Yeah.
if I could do that within Discord, I would do that. I can do that in a stream. That'd actually be really interesting to do. Is maybe I do a painting stream. Yeah, I could do that actually. If I do like a painting stream on my own, I could do that through OBS, and I can like just be in the corner, and then behind me on the green screen can just be like the close up of the piece. Could do that.
Do it.
Yeah. Do it in OBS. Screen share on Discord. Man.
Good.
Midstream.
Good. It's
that time of night, guys. It's at 6:48.
Time to go to your porcelain castle.
Yeah, time to go to the.
You have
the
another
old throne
castle?
room. I have 8 castles. I only draw on one of them though. It's my throwback castle.
Mace, I gotta be honest. The fact that I heard about your castle through Casey just is disappointing, and I didn't hear from you.
It's really disappointing that you didn't find out about it through Hamster Hobby Hang, actually. So,
Dude. Wow.
Called out.
All right. If I can, this is something like very important actually. If I can have you all get on Twitch on your computers, look at the terms of service. I need to point out that murder is actually illegal to live stream. So if we can refrain from that for the rest of the stream, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not allowed to absolutely just decimate Tyler on camera.
Well, now we know. Now
Yeah.
it's crystal clear.
Yeah.
So scratch that off the meeting to do.
So why am I here?
To discuss.
Hopefully nobody
How's
clips
your-
Tyler being torn apart limb from limb right there. But
How's your screen going, Toby?
Oh, did you want to see?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know if you were working on it now. I couldn't tell. Yeah.
My laptop thing?
Yeah.
you got to go.
I didn't know what you were. Oh yeah. Is it still? Thank you.
Hey, Band of Badgers, thanks for the raid.
Hey, welcome to Band of Badgers Raid. Sorry.
Selena says, "What is Toby even here for? He's bringing the charm."
I'm doing things.
He said he was here to model.
Dunk shows up every now and then, so that's cool.
Yeah, what is Toby here for? It mentioned the cats.
Oh yeah.
When you adopt a cat, the cat becomes your personality. That's kind of. Those are the rules. I don't make them. I just make them up.
Right, no murder, must present cats if available. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the no murder thing is actually part of the terms of service, or at least it's heavily implied by the terms of service. I've never read it because who has the time?
Right.
But I'm gonna assume that Twitch would not go like, what? No. We respect all streamers' freedoms to murder whoever they like. Not expecting
What?
that.
What did I just come back to?
We're discussing the terms of service, mostly in regards to whether or not it's okay for you to absolutely murder Tyler on stream like that.
Oh yeah, me.
Yeah, the terms
Yeah.
say only if they're on your friends list.
Yeah, we're not supposed to. If they're on your friends list, you're allowed to. All right. Well, never mind. I'm here because of my adopted cat brothers. That is completely fair. No murder is pretty much a constant implication. Yeah, I guess you'd probably have to. I guess you'd probably have to go out of your way to explain in the terms of service that it is okay to do murder, because I think most people are going to assume that you can't.
Do you guys
Hey.
do murder?
You know what happened?
I don't assume anything.
Toby's hobby is his beauty and stage presence.
There you go.
Let's see. What have we got? I don't know if I was supposed to use deep lava for the bottom color of the Lemur pit, but I'm not hating the way that this will look in the shadows, I think.
Lemur.
Sounds like a good choice. I love deep lava.
Yeah, fun fact, actually. Lemur pit in French means the beef pit.
Throwback!
Throwback! That's a throwback to the Shia LaBeouf joke. Why is he called Shia LaBeouf when he's so skinny?
Shia LaBeouf my car, am I right?
Hey.
If he lifted weights, he'd be. If he lifted, wow! If he lifted weights, he would be Shia LaBeouffer. Or if he took a while to load.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
I think he would lift weights, but because of his weak arms, Shia LaTougher.
Oh.
I was standing in front of him, and he got really antsy, and he gave me a Shia LaScuffer on the back of my shoe.
Flat tire LaBeouf.
Here, funny, we're just dropping viewers like crazy. I don't know why.
I don't know. I went there for painting tips, and it was for a solid 20 minutes. They were just making jokes about Shia LaBeouf's name.
I might actually. I mean, but speaking of, I might end up needing to ask you a question about what I'm about to do here, Hamster.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
just
wait,
like.
wait. If you don't use ventilation and proper stuff for that spray can stuff, spray can stuff, is it Shia LaHuffer?
Oh, okay. All right. You know what?
Alright, I'm done.
We had a journey getting there, but you know we got there.
Shut up! Alright.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that you're still making Shia LaBeouf jokes at 6:54. I feel like we kind of moved past that at 6:52.
That was so 6:52. Come on.
Oh my
It's my
gosh.
favorite DC comic.
This is my last stream.
No.
On Golden Paw.
Until I do another Winnie the Pooh stream.
Yeah. But until then, you guys have to Shia LaSuffer.
God.
I still can't believe you showed up during that.
It was great.
It
It was like it was a random text. Just be like, what if I came over?
What if
Oh
I
no,
just-
I think I offered. I said you should come over because you're like, this is great.
No.
And
I texted you because I was already in Union Square. And I was
Mhm.
sitting at a park and I was laughing because we were just spamming Chris. And that's when it
Yeah.
was like, I can't be alone enjoying this. I want to enjoy it with my close friend Chris and Tyler. So then that's when I texted you and I was like, can I bring Chris Gatorade? And you're like, yep.
You just showed up.
You showed up
Man.
like 6 more bottles of Gatorade.
She brought 4 more bottles. You realize I ended up drinking 6 bottles that day. I could not have actually done that much damage to my body if she hadn't shown up.
Oh, so much Gatorade for you just to sit around.
I genuinely like the fact that stream had to start off with me shotgunning an entire bottle of Gatorade. I forgot how bad that stuff was. That was a fun day. It was a fun 3 days, I guess.
You had to show Christopher Robin, you know.
And I didn't. Christopher Robin soundly beat me into the ground 3 nights in a row.
Nanny Paris.
Again, violating the terms of service on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're short, but boy.
They're not very long. All they say is that you can't kill somebody. Pretty much anything else is free game on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yet I
Is
still
there
managed...
anything you guys are excited for that's coming up this year? You guys do you have anything like on the horizon?
The end of the pandemic.
All right.
Getting vaccinated, I think.
Yeah, is there a future for any of us?
I gave up on waiting for things.
Uh-huh.
So I just went and made my own vaccine.
I 3D printed my own vaccine.
That's his hobby.
That's
That'd be so good.
I'm a hobbyist.
What are you doing today? Well, I'm sequencing some genomes.
Oh, it says that's my favorite Super Mario RPG character.
Yo,
Genome.
genome for Smash?
I don't even get that one. I'm sorry. I don't know why everyone wants him.
Because he was a very cool character.
Very cool character
From a very good game. He's very unique. He'd be a lot of
outside of that. It's like it's not.
He'd be a lot of fun to play. Like
yeah, but it's like okay. I understand that the character was cool, but he was pretty much unknown to most people before people. I mean, like they didn't play the game before.
yeah. So here's the thing, though. So are most of the characters that have been added recently. Like,
Well, but they're also not.
I'm sorry, when Sephiroth got added, you know how many people I saw say like, who like nobody knows who Sephiroth is, like nobody cares about this.
Who the
You gotta
hell
realize.
is?
I don't know. Like
A lot
you
of
gotta
14-year-olds.
expect. Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta expect to.
As somebody who made a lot of videos about Smash and was in that community for a decent amount of time, a lot of people involved in it genuinely don't have much knowledge outside of Nintendo games, and are just really unaware outside of stuff outside of like major kind of Nintendo flagship properties. And that's the thing, right? Is like we're rapidly approaching 100 characters, like. So adding people like Terry is like most people are like, I don't know who this is. This isn't Street Fighter, the only fighting game I know.
Well, he's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He was also in Everybody Hates Chris.
No, he was in Old Spice commercials. But like
Terry with Terry.
That would be awesome.
I would play him all the time.
I'd play Terry. Yeah.
Are you
okay? Terry Crews.
like just one old costume and it just changes. Yeah, it's just Burning Knuckle. Man, I cannot do a Terry Crews impression, but it just like just him shouting all that. Yeah, because Terry just shouts everything, so that'd be great. But
you ever see that thing where before in Overwatch, before Doomfist was announced,
they wanted Terry Crews to play Doomfist.
Yeah,
right?
This is
and
weird.
someone had him like put his voice clips over like things in the game.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine it now, and like, it's so not what Doomfist is.
Like, I know, but it would have been great.
It would have been hilarious, but yeah.
Oh man, I feel like I really fucked up this face somehow.
Let's see. Just mix some Mercury and eggs together. Hey Finley, no worries. It's perfectly fine that you're late to this, especially when what you were doing was making your living. You're allowed to.
Seems reasonable.
You're
What we were doing was making horrible jokes.
yeah, you're allowed to pay your rent. That is within Twitch's terms of service. Twitch's terms of service must participate in society. Man, this is not going to look nearly as good as what Aaron did, but that's fine.
That's half the joy. You get to make your own happy little lemon.
Please recap the LaBeouf jokes for Friday. Or for Need to save up for sci-fi and city Kickstarters? That's fair. Participation in society is overrated. I feel that. I wish we had a pink. I'm gonna have to make my own pink.
Yeah. Well, I've still got some here. I don't know.
Actually, wait. Am I gonna do a pink or should I do a lavender? Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna mix purple and white instead of making it pink. Hey, thanks for coming by. No time for dubes.
What's up, Toby?
I was nothing. I was trying to remember what it was, how it was painted. I don't know what I'm
Is that
doing.
Full House again?
No, that's a Miles Newworth original.
No, it's not original. You
Oh, well,
can't
okay.
say
It's a Miles Newworth original cover of a folk song that is public
there you go.
domain, and so we had him do it
Full
for
House?
our game.
Full
A Full House, yeah.
A Folk House.
Folk House.
Yeah, folk house. I guess the point of my question was more just that, like, is there something that, like, because, like, for instance, for me, I pre-ordered the Sideshow has a Ford statue from Critical Role. I pre-ordered it. It's not going to get out until like October, but I'm like, I've never been into statues before, and then I saw this one. I was like, oh,
I don't know if I would go in on a Ford statue. They just break down all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like like detailed sculptures of things, you know.
I used to be obsessed with like like collecting around that, and I just after I collected so much, I was just like
I have
Right.
I have a sizable amiibo collection
You really
from
You
a
do.
period of time where I was deeply depressed because of the end of a 6-year relationship. So I replaced that with a bunch of amiibo, and then 6 months later, it's like, why did I do this?
Why do I have all of these?
Well, do they still love
I
you?
have so many. I might as well keep collecting them.
Yeah. Well,
I'm at the point where I collected all of the Smash 4 ones. I'm just like,
Same,
might as well
that's-
just keep going.
Yeah, I did the Smash 4 ones, and then it was like, oh, they have special Splatoon ones? I mean, yeah, might as well. Animal Crossing?
not to-
Oh, man.
I didn't leave what's called the Smash ones much, but yeah.
Well, I mean, Toby, what you're saying is part of it, right? Like, I'm not a huge collector of stuff outside of things that I use. Like, I will hoard pencils and paper and stuff, and I'll use those to the very end. And I love my comics. Like, I do have a nice collection of that. But like, when it comes to anything beyond that, I'm just like, I don't get excited by this stuff. And I saw that statue, and I was just like, yeah, I could get down with just like that statue for sure. For whatever reason, it was like
I was never into posters or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but like just seeing like something that I like in like 3 dimensions, like
Yeah.
well, that's why I like 3-dimensional. Like my mind is always more 3-dimensional than 2-dimensional.
For sure.
Yeah.
Ford is my favorite character. I do wonder, though, like, how much of that is, like, that he's basically the main character?
No, I don't know if I would call Ford the main character.
I feel like he gets leaned on as...
No, he's... So, the nice part... I don't know. You
Like,
can have
obviously-
your own opinion. I just
Obviously,
mean, like, I don't think...
with Critical Role, like, they all get their own things and such, but it feels like with the large overarching stuff, it's very often that like the stuff that would be like the Tony Stark scene or something generally feels like it falls on Ford.
Well, I think part of that is Travis's mentality of play.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of what's cool about it. Anyway, I don't know. Just stuff like that, I guess, is what I'm saying. It's like, is there something coming out, or is there something that like an activity?
I am excited this spring for when Stargrave comes out, which the name will tell you is just Frostgrave in space. And it gave me an excuse. We talked about replacing all of our insecurities and anxiety with purchases of different kinds. So I bought many miniatures to play this game.
Yeah. to help that idea.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of mini orders coming in that I'm very excited about. I went pretty big on the Bones 5 Kickstarter from Reaper.
Oh, nice.
Partially because it was like the main thing was like I got two things in my life where it's always like, man, we could really use some more minis. Like both natural ones and like Dwarven Forge stuff. A lot of times when we're doing like Dwarven Forge games, it's like we've got a lot of our own minis and we have like a couple other random things here. But like especially with us running more games from the office and all that, it would really be nice to have more minis that we could just like pull from.
Yeah.
Because we don't really have that many. There's a lot of bases that we just don't have covered, and so then it's like, oh, we need this for a game that somebody's running through us, and we got to like go like scrambling to like try and get stuff. Like,
well, I don't know if I have anything that unusual, but if you need stuff, you can borrow it, and if I never get it back, I will not notice. So it's basically yours.
I mean, we've got you covered. You've got us covered when it comes to like a lot of sci-fi stuff and wargame related stuff. But there's a lot of like really kind of classic D&D monsters and stuff that we surprisingly just don't really have an option for.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have any Myconids. The fact that the Matt Lillard game that we ran, it's like, yeah, this whole thing is like built around a bunch of Myconids, and it's like, man,
I mean,
we have no Myconids.
I feel like that's more particular. Like in that particular case, it's because Nate's not a big fan of Myconids.
That's right.
That's fair. I also don't want to have to rely purely on Nate's taste for the stuff we'll need for games.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's to his, and that's the point, right? Is that like Nate would also say, like, yeah, like we should have stuff for the situations. We should have, like maybe he won't think of a Myconid, but maybe somebody else will, and that's why we'll need it.
Also, that means I get to write it off my taxes.
Yeah. Chris, you should have used your Toad Amiibo.
What was that?
Chris, you should have used your Toad Amiibo.
We use that Luigi Amiibo.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's right, for the spirit tree.
Just out of curiosity, dropped it in the spirit tree.
Yeah, for all of those curious, your amiibos will fit inside the circumference of the spirit tree.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly perfectly sized to take an amiibo, which I can only assume was on purpose.
Right.
Yes.
I'm excited. I got a Rokubo coming.
Yeah.
I got 4 of them coming.
Yeah. They're knockoff Chocobo for D&D.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You mentioned that.
Yeah. It's like some like Etsy designer who made the thing, but didn't call it a Chocobo, called it a Rokubo, and I'm like, I am in 1,000%. I will purchase this. All right.
Well, this certainly looks disgusting.
I believe it is time for the wash.
It all comes out in the wash,
So far, this.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
It's a little bit too small scale. I was going to just do the side of a building. I kind of wanted to do it like not like a city builder style, but just like because I was envisioning like the streets as like a dungeon. I always wanted to do like other tiles that like make the roads and stuff like that, and then pull accessory for like the it's called the land posts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then a boring wall with just glass was kind of boring. And
A
just looked
boring
like
wall with boring glass ends up being boring. It turns out.
Yeah. I want to make something that people can sneak out of. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
get
I get that.
Rabbit says that he backed the Blood and Plunder Kickstarter to get 2 pirate ships from that. I backed at the same level, so we also have 2 big pirate ships coming.
And the Broken Anvil Kickstarter just finished up.
It did, and we got to the cave bear.
Yeah,
we got to the mushroom infested cave bear.
Yeah,
and,
I was happy about that.
Switch over the camera real quick because I gotta
switch over the camera.
Ooh.
Oh, see, so
Nice.
I'm gonna start on the wash, and I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out is like how to get that done.
Whoa! Can you switch it back?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, Merc, I am doing the Lemur pits. I'm trying. So what I did was I did deep lava under all of it, and then I was dry brushing this kind of lavender mix that I did of with purple and white. I dry brushed too thick on this one, so now the red that you see there is me trying to now undo some of it and get the deep lava back in, and then I'll dry brush back over it. But I'm trying to get it more to match this one. Yeah. Which can we get it in a way where you can actually see things pretty well? Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
So that's where it's at right now. I haven't colored the vomit yet.
But it is already on the sweater already.
DMN says that your Yvonne reminds him of Captain Planet.
Oh,
yeah, you kind of did.
I get it.
Talking about just like, I just gotta, yeah, it is looking disgusting, Merc. Little comments like that will only happen at Dwarven Forge of like just painting some vomit. I remember I had a very serious work note, and when I came back to my desk, I realized how funny it was when it was like, blood on neck, keep head. For murder video or something like it was like bloody neck, keep the head.
Was it for one of those stop motion things?
Yeah, it was a stop motion
Matt
where
Mercer
the
head,
no,
right?
this was one of the, I think it was Aaron's mini.
Mm-hmm.
Where I had to do some surgery and get some limbs off.
Get some blood for the blood god on it and then cover it with... Yeah, so what I'm planning to do is then, once I got the dry brush in, I want to lightly spot some deep lava around to make like, so that the dry brush isn't completely even across, and then like that purple lavender on top will like have like what looks like, yeah, like blood stains or like maybe parts where like the skin's tearing apart more. So I'm hoping to like kind of discolor some spots of it, which is looking pretty good so far. And then as far as water effects go, I don't have a way to do water effects yet, I don't think. Or at least I don't know how to do water effects.
I mean, sometimes my kind of catch-all for that is just gloss varnish over it.
I don't have a gloss finish. I only have matte.
I'll have to give you one because I have a million bottles of it that I'll never use. Because I always go to the art store, I'm like, do I have this? And I have thought that half a dozen times already to myself, and so I buy it.
That's fair.
Or nail polish. Like clear nail polish.
Yeah, that would work too.
Damn it. Yeah,
and it will also clear your sinuses.
Vallejo has a bottle for that? I'll have to look into that. Because I've just started getting, like, I have their Mecha varnish. It's a matte finish. And I also have I think I have Army Painter, a spray-on matte varnish there, but I haven't gotten any gloss or satin. I've only gotten matte.
I typically like that for the overall finish, but I keep a brush on gloss just for water and or like saliva in the mouth or something.
And Rabbit, you asked me what I'm sculpting. I was trying to do like New York City, like streetscape, but like the style DF terrain.
Vallejo water texture. Okay.
Because what, Toby?
That's a sweet idea,
I
Toby.
don't know. I just wanted to just. I thought it might be cool to have like several pieces to make like a diorama in that style.
For sure.
But yeah, like the first initial idea just looked boring, so I'm just doing like in the front of like a townhouse type of thing, and then just I don't know. It's more boring than I thought it would be. Sorry.
No.
I think it's the part of any sculpting or art is that sometimes when you start to feel that way too, it is better to either just ditch it and start over, or see if there's one thing you can like adjust. Because that's the thing, like when I'm doing art myself, like when I'm drawing on when I'm drawing it all, that's usually what I'll find is it's like, yeah, this pose is boring. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna make him crouch, or I'm gonna make him do this thing, and I keep working that until I find the thing that makes more sense.
Night Rabbit, thanks for the advice.
Good night, Rabbit.
What's that, Toby?
Good night.
Yeah, good night, Rabbit.
In your advice, or anybody's advice, what would make this cooler? I don't know. Just what? The answer is nothing. It was a stupid idea.
Well, sometimes that's what it is, right? Like sometimes it's having to discover that it's like maybe this didn't work out the way I thought it was, and sometimes I like going to reference as well. I like that's that took me a long time to like be able to tell myself, yeah, you should just go to a reference, especially when I was feeling like what you're talking about, where it's like if you get to that level of I don't know if this works, maybe trying to find something that looks like the thing you're trying to make, and then seeing if that sparks anything.
Yeah. I looked a little bit, but it was like, yeah, it's reminding me. Maybe I should have done like a evil alleyway or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, alleyway.
I get you. What you
Or a
need?
haunted house. Should I switch over to a haunted house?
Yes.
Grab me the green
Ooh.
Okay.
and that super light blue that's on the left side. No, left side. That's in the front row. Yeah. I want to try to mix these two and see how this comes out. So I think
I just abandoned my other thing. Working on something new now.
hang on, it's the creative process.
I mean, it was something that I was like playing around with before, so it's like half done. Here.
Yeah.
It's just testing that, like, just trying to get my skills up. I don't want to make like a rundown, like haunted looking house.
Oh yeah, this is gross. All right.
I see that blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes get in that limbo of like if I'm experimenting with something where it's just kind of like mush and like I don't know where it's going, and I get a little discouraged. But
Yeah.
sometimes you can come out on the other side with something cool, and sometimes leave it behind for a new idea.
Yeah.
That's the thing with creating is like you just got to keep making stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I get too intimidated by that. Like, if my idea, or like if I don't know how to do it properly the best way, I just don't ever start it.
I feel that.
That's the thing. So, my friend Satchel has this thing that he says that he got from one of his friends. She'd always tell him, "Done is better than perfect."
That's true. Yeah.
And so that's something I try to remember, because yeah, like there's a lot of projects I have that I don't finish for a very long time because I keep, in my head I keep thinking like, man, I'm just not good enough to do it the right way yet. I need to get better at this, and then I can actually do this, and then that stuff just never actually gets done.
Or it just keeps developing your head to something that's like way even more complicated.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm here now, like on the hobby hangs, because it's a way for me to like push myself to get like do things.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, I'm just like I'd rather just like.
That's one of the most common things that we hear from like everybody that comes in to watch this. Generally speaking, is they're like, yeah, like I put it on because it becomes a 2-hour dedicated time for me to actually work on the stuff that I said I'm gonna do. You know, like it becomes like a time where like whatever's going on, like I set this aside and I just paint or fiddle with stuff or like work on things instead of just thinking about doing it. It's
Yeah, I mean that was the first thought when I was like kind of wanted to work out this stream show with you guys, is I was like, I gotta paint these freaking models, man. And then when the Twitch stream is starting to grow, and I was like, okay, it fits a lot of check marks with like, you know, community stuff and behind the scenes with the team. But my first thought was like, I'm just not doing these things that I even like. I just like am so paralyzed, and so it's an excuse to always do it.
Because you care about it and you're passionate about it.
Yeah,
it's hard to just do it sometimes because you worry about doing it right.
Right.
Everybody I know who I've always been the most confident in their ability to like successfully be like a creative has always had that thing where they've been afraid that like they can't do it justice. And almost every time it's always been a thing where it's like, look, man, like the fact that you care about it to that extent means that you're putting more thought and consideration into it than most people do. And you'll probably be pretty good at it. And usually they end up being like the most talented people I know in that field. Hey, IME, I'm working on Lemoore pits. Trying to remember the alternative armies is what Hamster's doing.
Yeah, this is a little Wraith miniature from a company called Alternative Armies.
Yeah.
Wait, Toby, I also just got a good look at that thing. That's not boring. That looks sweet.
No, well, this was the one I was working on before.
Oh, okay. It's better than I can do, man. I like that there's stairs and a door. That astounds me.
And just getting this out of the way now, that is not KS8.
Oh, right. Yeah, Toby's just working, not practicing sculpting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I interrupted you. What are you doing, Tyler?
Oh, I'm working on a mini for our home game. It's an NPC.
It's from Eldritch Foundry.
Yeah. I designed it. Because last year we got those 2 free minis.
I never redeemed that. Shit, I need to do that.
Yeah, it'll be hooked up to your work email. So when you go to Eldritch Foundry, put in your work email, and that'll have the stuff.
Yeah, I started making some on there, and I just didn't finish.
I made a couple on my personal email, but I'm not sure if I can like transfer it over to the work one or not.
I don't think you can, but it's also not hard to like remake them.
Yeah. Well, I was having a lot of fun like customizing the pose with like.
For sure. Yeah, that's a part of the thing that's like.
But I'm sure if I just have it open in a tab, I can figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh no, Takuda's figured it out. Yeah, Toby's not sculpting KS8 stuff because it's sci-fi.
There we go. That's much better.
And then Mace is drawing, I believe.
I had to draw the eyes.
Yeah.
Mace is relaxing.
I'm chilling. Cedar Rapids.
Amy wants the castle. She wants to know about the castle.
So I will do it next week, but this week I got home like maybe 20 minutes before the stream started, and I didn't really want to put it up and then also be responsible for everything else. So I'm doing like kind of like scrapbooking kind of like collage thing Where is your castle, girl? It's like, it's literally right here, but it's not assembled. Like, I can see it, and you'll see it next week, but you gotta be patient. I can't put it all out there at once. I gotta keep you coming back. Gotta spread it out.
There you go.
Yeah, and then I'm doing the Lemur pits from Hellscape. Very, very quickly running out of all the stuff that isn't terrain, so eventually I'm gonna have to actually just do the terrain.
It's pronounced lemur pit.
Lemurs.
Oh my god. Zabumafu, no!
Zabumafu.
There's a story I heard that like one of earlier on like magic cards. It was called like something about a lemur, but the artist had no idea what like lemur meant as a ghost, so they just drew an evil monkey.
That's very good.
But then apparently they did a card later on. It's like had a lemur again, but they decided to like they did a like proper ghost, but then the flavor text was like, I thought they were talking about monkeys. What the hell?
That's pretty good. Man, I love all the weird stories of stuff that happens in game production. Let's get that.
You know, Hamster, you know what I've settled on recently as I've been painting this stuff is that as much as I like washes, I don't know if I'm using them properly, and I'd love to have a conversation with you about them sometime, because I feel like I'm doing much better work by treating it like a comic book page and doing my like different gradient values instead of like the wash stuff, because I'm like,
I got a lot of thoughts on washes.
It's that like I maybe use the wrong ones, and I'm trying to figure out like
here's what it is you've graduated and you're wanting more detail and like a little more control, and washes are great for quick models, bulk models, but generally it's a low precision thing, and if you want more control and more detail, that's not what it's for. It's for like efficiency. So it may not be the technique for you. Like, I don't actually use a lot of washes anymore. You know, like, well, for a certain thing, like when I did my Eldar army of 50 models in a day of painting, I was doing some washes. But yeah, generally it's not like a catch-all. You know, it's for a certain result in a certain amount of time, and it sounds like you're looking for a different result. So you're just it's cool that you're intuitive about that. And I think talking about a comic book page, like there's so many lessons from sort of like traditional art that you can use.
Yeah.
Just, you're just like highlighting and shading and layering. Even like think Photoshop layers. I've thought about that. I've even looked at Photoshop videos and illustration videos and all that, and you can learn a lot of stuff from that for miniature painting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we talked about that last time you were in.
Yeah. Yeah, I found this. I was watching this great video on like picking colors, and it was a guy that's just like a graphic designer, but it came up on my recommended, and like I got a lot out of it because it's just color theory and stuff.
That's the one thing I like. My mind just can't wrap around, like color theory, or just like the very minute choices in colors. My mind just thinks like blue or green or that. It's like I can't even begin to wrap my head around like, oh, what shade of that, or like.
I was watching the Reaper stream earlier today, and she was painting the swamp troll, or a rock troll, and she was talking about how she was like, this is looking a little too green, so I'm going to mix in some red because it's the direct opposite of like green, and so it'll bring down the greens. And like, it blew my mind. So she was making like a mixture of like gray and green, and she wanted it to be more gray. So instead of adding more gray, she added red to it, and it was like, wow, yeah, no, that like, and it's one of the things where like looking at it, it's like, yeah, Like that makes sense to me, because the point is that you needed it to be like a warmer tone overall. So instead of just reducing the green, it's like you were adding the opposite of it. And so now, like when I'm thinking about like mixing colors, I'm thinking about it like when I'm looking, because I edit, I look at it like an HSL like color correction wheel.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, the stuff that is on the exact opposite end of that wheel is going to do the best job of reducing the amount of like impact that color is having on the
well, that's kind of that's
on the mixture.
That's a similar thing that you're looking at again, because it's all the same. It's all about how light refracts off of each other, how it all interconnects. And so like in terms of like, you know, if you use Clip Studio or Photoshop or Procreate or whatever program you're using to like digitally draw, for instance, like when you're layering stuff, you have opportunities to like change the layer properties, but by and large, the better opportunity you're going to have, instead of just putting it on a grayscale, like, I want a shadow here. Like you said, Hamster, there are people who are like, if you want to do something kind of like quick and dirty and you just kind of like need a shading, and that's what they do a lot of times in animation. In animation, they won't do like color gradients like that. They won't, more times than not, it's, hey, we're gonna shade this area, and then we're gonna push forward. But in a lot of like bigger art, when you want to do like cool effect, you're gonna go for more like blues and purples, and if you want to warm, you're gonna go for like oranges and reds and that kind of stuff. And so it's like when you're, and it's also like knowing which ones work better with which thing, and like it's so ridiculous, because you're right, like I don't really always understand it, but at the same time, as soon as I got like 2 or 3 of the tricks, it became that much easier.
Yeah, it just takes experimentation. Like a lot of times when I'm lost, even on Dwarven Forge pieces, I'm like, why is this not working? I'll literally stare at the color wheel and be like, okay, what am I missing? And just like look at how the colors are relating to each other, and there's a lot of light bulb moments that way. And also I've been thinking a lot about these graphic design videos that were talking about like how colors look when next to other colors, like not even just like mixing, but just like for instance, something that if you were to just pull it by itself, it might look like really gray, but if it's a green gray, if it's next to the red, it's gonna look like really green, like more so than if it was next to another color.
Yeah, like all those weird optical illusion videos where they like show you like, this is all the same thing, but we just change like what it's next to, and something that's different to you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting.
And I also had I remember someone just said in passing in a miniature painting video. I think it was Craft World Studios again. In a passing, yeah. But
somebody dying.
In a passing, they said his final statement was a color theory lecture.
Their dying words was 3 parts school bus yellow, 2 parts bubbles blue.
Oh yes, James Gurney. He has some great stuff. I follow him on Instagram. I have those books, and I think I have the what is it, like Drawing from Imagination or whatever it is, or something like that.
Oh,
like representing like dragons and dinosaurs and stuff that we don't actually know, but like how to make them look realistic.
I'm sorry, but you were saying in passing you heard it.
Someone said something like you don't always need a darker color to represent a shadow, and I was like, what? So it's like if something is next to, if 2 colors are next to each other, one is going to inherently like look darker and just have like a different value because like compared to the other color. And so it's not necessarily just like add black to your main color, but especially like the kind of sort of like not necessarily the deepest shadows, if there's more of like the middle shadows, you like it just blew my mind. It just switch, pick a color that's like a different place on the wheel, and it will appear like a shadow next to a different color. It was like, wild.
Well, this experiment has been interesting.
So is mine. It's not going the best.
I think I'm basically ready to show soon. Just do a tiny bit more of a dry brush adjustment.
You 8 weeks? 12 weeks?
Wow.
I just got it.
Let's see. Just hit this thing up here. I might also put dark wash. Bam. Yeah, I think I definitely use washes a lot less than I used to. I think it is that thing where, yeah, when I was first starting, like a wash was just like a miraculous thing. But now, like a lot of times, I don't even think about doing washes after I've painted a thing. I'm just like, it doesn't really need it.
Yeah, and you can even use like a wash or a thin paint and just use your brush tip and put it in there selectively, like sort of like dark line the edges and separation and stuff. I still do some of that, but the slap it all over method, not as much. So there's still uses for them, but
for sure, and that's what I'm trying to find out. Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm that's the thing that I'm trying to measure is like where do I actually want to use this and how often do I want to use it?
Right.
Bam, bam, bam.
Bam, bam.
Oh, and you know where I will slap them though is bases. Can always throw a wash on a base.
That's completely valid. I still think bases are my favorite part.
Oh, I love it at giving extra attention to a base.
I literally just did that to this one.
I don't know if it's just because, like, generally speaking, like, you're not gonna, like... I guess bases don't have faces, and that's the main thing.
Bases don't have faces.
Bases don't have faces. Because the face is definitely my least favorite part.
Jimmy, I'm gonna pull up the docs to make sure I'm right, but I think I can help you.
We got a question about the docs?
Yeah, just the paint.
Heavy dry brush base wood, light dry brush stucco, mixed with base wood. Any tips on painting the ice walls? Was it golden transparent?
The ice walls. Well, the ice walls are cast in the light blue, right? So I think it's mostly going to be like a white or ivory dry brush. Yeah, it's definitely base wood and stucco for sure. I know the boat, which it looks like the docs don't have it. This is why I wanted to check. The boat that's a little warmer also has a touch of the terracotta dry brush in between the base wood and the stucco, but it looks like the docs mostly have base wood and then stucco.
This is about where the Limor pit is wound up so
Ooh,
far.
I like that green on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Toby busting out the
Reminds me of a
sci-fi
shirt I
laser. Heat
Looks
laser.
pretty gross. Yeah, it looks pretty gross.
Oh, Merc, yeah, that's a good idea. The dark green washes on lichen. Basically, when I did the swamp boat, I had to make it so it could attach to the pieces of the Cavernous Deep boat, right? So basically, it's just the same wood scheme that we just talked about, with just like green algae sort of washes.
I think I'm gonna do a black wash on the stone around it just to make the creases look out more. Yeah. I have Animal Crossing music stuck in my head constantly. Just as I go about like my daily life. It's like the soundtrack to just my day. The entire soundtrack is so good.
I like 8 a.m.
8 a.m.'s good. Everybody gives 3 p.m. or everybody gives 3 a.m. like a lot of crap. I think it's funny. I think it perfectly encapsulates.
3 p.m. or 3 a.m.
Was that
3 p.m. or 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
I need to have my game open then. I think I had one open once, but I forgot.
I think I've heard every song in the game. I've played it at every hour in the day at some point.
Oh.
Wait, there's a different song for every hour of the day?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's classic Animal Crossing.
Huh.
Yeah, you would think that.
2 a.m. Wild World or Bust. I love that song.
My favorite is one of the KK songs. I really like KK Condor.
KK Condor is pretty good. Go KK Rider is very good.
Yeah.
I always liked KK Lucky as well, which is just an Irish jig. There's KK Jazz is pretty good. KK Ska is pretty good. Rockin' KK is pretty funny. It's amusing how many times Nintendo games decide that they like want to have a song that sounds like Johnny Be Good, but they are also afraid of getting sued for sounding too much like Johnny Be Good. I really hope that's not genuinely the reason why Mother 3 never got localized. What everybody always points to is the music situation. And Johnny Be Good is always the... Was that?
One of the songs also sounded like the Batman song, right? Mr. Daddy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The game is full of songs that sound like... So when you fight bats, they have a song that has an opening that like their battle song literally sounds like the na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Like they basically make the whole battle song just out of like that, basically. And it's very good. But the one that everybody always points to as like the one that they were like, oh, this is why Nintendo didn't bring it over. They always point to the new age retro hippie song, which sounds like Johnny Be Good.
I mean, they can always, if they really wanted to bring it over, they can always change the music. It's because the Mother Teresa
Wash and the Flesh Wash.
Flesh Watch.
KK Cruisin' is pretty good as well.
I like the Smash version of KK Bubblegum.
I think the thing about it is they do a good enough job with the music that I feel like your favorite KK song is basically going to be like whatever your favorite genre is. Man, the sheer size of the soundtrack of Animal Crossing. Ba, 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 ba. Let's see. That going.
Yeah, last week sitting on the floor for the entire session definitely messed up my back for like a day.
Yeah.
Y'all, I was feeling it on Friday, and I decided maybe I couldn't hamster hobby hang. Like, just couldn't hang. I'm still obviously here and gonna be here, but just can't hang.
You are contractually obligated to hang upside down while doing the hobby hang.
No, I signed the back clause.
Back clause?
No, back clause.
Distributing the wash. That's gonna be all I need to do. And I think these are done, basically. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Yeah, I think this is where I tap out on these. 7:45. Not terrible time. Bam. What do we got going in the chat? Use a thin blue ink via airbrush, but I don't have an airbrush. Yeah, for painting the ice walls, I think it genuinely is just like a very light dry brush. I've heard you can just use like an ink wash as well to stain it. But they should be pretty fast.
Yeah, because those things are cast in the blue already, right?
I think they might just be straight up clear. They might just be completely translucent.
Oh yeah, then yeah.
Yeah.
Quick wash with the blue and then like a white or light blue dry brush. Sounds perfect.
Yeah. Basically, all you need to do is stain it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should be one of the faster pieces to paint.
What am I thinking of? Maybe the waterfalls?
Well, the waterfalls, we still don't know what they're going to be cast in.
Well, even the old little ones.
Oh.
I think those are cast in blue, but maybe I'm making that up. Is anything cast in blue in this place?
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
No,
Cast in blue.
I don't know if I can.
One of the old builds that we did for social media back maybe 3 years ago, we just had to have a castle that had the sewers poured into the water, but we decided to repaint the waterfall so it's like a sewer fall.
Nice.
Toby, did I ever show you the Snot Kano?
Snot Kano?
Yeah, I think I sent it to Nate. I'll look and see if I can
That's
find
like a
it.
bad sci-fi movie.
Somebody in the Discord repainted the volcano in a caverns paint scheme and turned the lava into this green ooze, this yellow green ooze.
You mean it's the slime insert?
Kinda, I guess.
Ew.
And there was somebody else who did like the whole terrain and changed all the lava to a yellow green, and called it Slimescape.
Slimescape. I like that. I want to see that.
Let's see. Yeah, as far as let's see. Let's start with some thin. Lori Z did that one. She did the yeah. Lori did the Slimescape, right? I can't remember who did the Snot Kano though. I feel like it was somebody else who did the Snot Kano. But I remember Lori months ago did the Slimescape. But yeah, I think with the translucent stuff, mainly you're looking more to stain it with washes than to paint it with a full-on opaque paint. But then you high brush you dry brush the highlights on the raised edges, but then you leave the base still translucent. I think that's generally the way to go. That's how I tried to do it with the firewalls, anyways. Yeah, someone that's not. I guess I could just search for Snot Kano in the Discord. I'm sure it didn't get said that much. Let me see. Where is Snot Kano? Also, if anybody is watching who is, oh, Izan. Izan did the Snot Kano.
Izan? Okay.
Yeah.
So I just need to search on the Discord.
If you search in Discord, Snot Kano has been said 4 times, and the first one was when Izan posted it. Yeah. Yeah. Also, yeah, for anybody who might be watching this who is not aware, we're doing a big 1-year anniversary, massive Twitch event, basically where we are doing a massively interactive game. So community members can enter to be the players, and we're having people submit builds. And if you are interested in any of that, the details have been posted both on the forums and in Discord. If you want to check those out, just want to make sure people know that it's happening.
Good call.
I feel like most people watching today would have been here yesterday or would know about it in some capacity. Usually, the people who watch the hobby hang are some of the more active people, but can never be too safe.
Stonkano. Yeah, it's erupting with stonks.
You cannot wait for that thing to go off. Man. Dude, the amount of people in the
She's
Discord...
gonna blow. A tissue goes up.
The amount of people in the Discord who were saying that they managed to actually, like, make back, like, their entire Wildlands pledge from the stock events last week. It's wild. Like, somebody was like, I made back, like, 3 times what I pledged in Wildlands.
Great, then they're primed for KS8.
Yeah, then you're ready for KS8. Yeah, exactly. Like,
I did too, but I was in the $1 pledge, so.
I'm curious. I feel like most people are probably gonna have a lower
I'm in the make your own, so I decided to make my own.
I made my own
25-cent profit.
I sold some stocks today.
I haven't
Not
sold
GameStop,
yet.
though.
Yeah, I haven't sold yet, but I've been steadily rising.
Wait, did you guys get GameStop stocks?
I didn't.
I was.
I didn't either.
I was way too late for that.
Yeah, I
me
was too late to that party, but I got a couple other. I got a couple other things that like were really low, but it was like unnaturally low for them. So I was like, they're probably gonna climb back up and stabilize at some point, and they have been. So I'm gonna wait like another couple days and see if they rise anymore. And yeah,
rising.
but so far I've made like $15. So
Made $100.
Whoa!
get it on GRWG. I can only assume that's Greta Gerwig. I have no idea what GRWG is as a stock.
I invested some at the beginning of the pandemic, and I think that one's going well. But
That weed legalization is on the way. It must be a growth generation. That'll do it.
What were you saying, Toby?
no, I was saying I invested some at the beginning of the pandemic, and I think that's good. It's been going pretty well, but I haven't done anything recently.
I invested in some before the pandemic, and it's actually doing better than when I bought it, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
I like some of mine was in medicine, so that's not as surprising.
Now that I think about it, right when the pandemic started, would have been a great time to decide to start getting into stocks.
yeah, that's when I did it because I heard everybody was like panicking about that.
Well, because you get to be home all day, so like you can always be checking. Like, there's no point where you're like,
you can ABC. You can ABC in stock. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always be closing.
No, always be checking.
Always be cloning.
Cloning?
Always be clothing.
Always.
That's not true in the pandemic, though.
Always be chicken.
Nice.
Always be Capricorn.
Oh. Well, I'm out,
Dude,
I guess.
I have no say in the matter. It's just kind of happening.
Are you a Capricorn?
Yes, I'm a Capricorn.
January 3rd.
Sorry, I don't even know my own sign that well, so I'm sorry.
Okay. Was it not you who did my star
like
chart?
a true Gemini.
As another Gemini.
I don't want to die.
Oh, that's when I ride my motorcycle. Cool.
I want to ride my motorcycle. Best time to buy. Open a Vanguard account.
Hey, Toby, you're a Leo, right?
Yes.
Man, that's good for you. Good for you.
What's that even mean?
Leo's
No.
one, Leo's one of the
Descending.
He's not. He likes Leo because it's a cat. No. That's
Leo's one of the coolest sounding ones, I think. That's all.
Catcher's cool.
I'm a mergoat.
Mergo?
You should get
Okay.
What's
you
the
should get a
Mergo?
lion. It's instead of the top half being a beautiful woman, it's a goat.
just like
It's
my mother.
your-
That's Capricorn. That's Capricorn. Is a fish. Top half is a goat.
Just like my mother-in-law. I laughed the first time I was trying to say
Okay.
it. Because that was the
There's are you an Aquarius?
Who?
hamster.
Oh, I'm a Pisces. I'm a fish boy.
Oh
You're a
man,
fish?
you're half of me.
The beautiful.
Man, this shade.
Objectively, the worst smelling half, though.
Oh,
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Man,
The beautiful half.
the beautiful half. Man,
Man.
we should just leave this up and just paint a bunch tomorrow. Since we're not playing.
Well, I mean, I
gotta work. Okay.
yeah.
We got jobs to do. I gotta coordinate all these writers.
I've gotta go in and we gotta look at the physical pieces.
That's right. We got all those test shots coming in.
Well, no, they're already
nice.
there. I already did them yesterday.
Right, but that's by coming in. I mean,
By coming in, you mean they have already arrived?
what? This is such a bizarre semantic to stick me on.
Yeah. Suppose.
You're an Aquarius too. Oh man, what would you call the first room of a catacombs that all the hallways branch out from? First room of a catacombs that all the hallways branch out from. This is gonna be some kind of joke. Yeah, could it be a play on foyer? Could it be a play on?
I was thinking.
I think it's the
combs.
mud
Like,
room.
what's the part that you hold on a comb?
A comb? A comb pun?
Skeleton's favorite hairstyle.
Vertex says the entrance.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to. It's got to be some. Oh, you're literally. It's not a joke. You're literally just trying to name a room on a dungeon. You're writing for a zine quest. Okay.
It's gotta be a joke.
Look. Hey, No Time for Dudes is a funny guy. Like they make a lot of jokes. So I was assuming it was a setup for something.
But what is the skeleton's favorite hairstyle?
What?
Skeleton's favorite hairstyle.
A catacomb over.
Ha, that's pretty good.
The nucleus.
Vestibule, the chestibule, and the entrance room is made out of the torsos of all the corpses.
Oh god.
It's just every room is made up of the different parts of the skeletons.
When I read it on the map, I thought there was gonna be treasure. Or...
and they go and they're like, oh, that way's the armory.
Oh
And
god.
you're like, I'm done with this dungeon.
Yeah, it's just like man, yeah, every room is just specifically a different bone. They have to like learn their and it all goes off that song like, well, the chest bone's connected to the, and it just goes like that
God.
the whole way.
That is a nightmare.
Like, oh god, where does the fibula go?
Good luck finding the exit.
It's a Morkborg scene. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
Then. Yeah, if it's Morkborg,
cool.
if it's Morkborg, then yeah, you have to go with Chestibule. Like, and it has to
Yeah.
genuinely be,
Yeah.
Morkborg, right? Morkborg
Yes,
is like the
yes.
super apocalyptic, like Mad Max style.
Didn't they just do a Kickstarter?
I think so. Yeah, like it's like so over the top, like dark. Like,
Yeah. The
having-
book
like,
is
having
very
each
cool to look at.
catacombs-
It's kind of like Guar, or it's darker than Guar.
Yeah. But no, vestibule. If you were going with something fancy and you're not trying to make a joke, vestibule makes a lot of sense. It is the hottest thing to make third-party things for right now. Really
That's cool.
It's interesting.
interesting. I figured it would be. Bye, Amy. Thanks for coming.
Bye. Yeah,
Bye.
I've got to wrap up myself here pretty soon. But I think I'm calling this thing good. I've used some tufts I haven't got to use yet. What are these called? Highland tufts. Darker sort of grass.
Wait, did you sculpt that whole
Spooky.
thing just now, Toby?
No.
Okay,
That
I was
would be
like, man,
nuts.
you did all that in less than 2 hours.
Doing over break that I put aside for a while. I just wanted like something that's like I want to make like a haunted house kind of thing.
That's a cool
But
thing.
also-
Yeah, like having like unusual geography like that is nice.
Yeah, and then I was doing today I was doing the carpet, which is like wrinkled up to reveal a trapdoor underneath.
Excellent. Man, I want us
Sweet.
to get some bay windows.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll. I don't know.
What was I saying? Yeah, Morkborg being like the biggest third-party thing is actually interesting to me. I figured it would be. I mean, Pathfinder's like big, but then.
Well, what's cool about it? I mean, I've only glanced at the book, but it seems like pretty loose. Like you can fit the book over like a lot, like anything. Well, that's a lot of games, but you know, it's just like you know, it's a cool attitude, so it's like easy to.
It doesn't not
slap
help
on.
its stance.
Yeah.
Just because other things do similar, it's like no, that can still be.
Yeah, yeah. I just like its style. I like it's just the over the topness.
Yeah, it's a super strong aesthetic.
Yeah. All right, let's see this fancy camera angle. Let's get this close. I'm excited about this production value. Ooh, dang. That looks awesome.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably ate something spicy that explains the vomit trails.
Ah, been there.
I started on a second one.
Oh, cool.
I love those.
Ooh.
Oh, that-
This is Yvonne.
Armor
Let me
looks sweet.
raise the- Oh, that's the wrong way.
Looks like Groot.
It's a tiefling. Man, she's one of my favorite NPCs.
But then I got to this with
Nice. I like how the skin and hair pops off of the outfit.
Oh yeah, nice.
thank you.
All right, Mace. Let's see the products of that relaxation.
All right. Dylan. So, the movie for this one was Doctor Strangelove. I don't even know if this is a good way to show it, but
Cool.
Oh, he can
deal with
make you big if we need to make you big.
no, it's okay.
Nope, you're big.
I just like honestly. Oh no.
Yeah, there's the face.
And then this one over here is for Chinatown, and I don't know. I'm trying not to do spoilers or anything in case people actually want to see these movies.
That's cool.
That one's a
though.
little bit of
That's a
a
cool
spoiler. I
project.
won't spoil it.
When is Chinatown out on DVD? I was meaning to check that one out, but I missed it in theaters because of the pandemic. I don't know why they released it during the
Chinatown?
pandemic. Yeah, Chinatown.
Chinatown came out in the 70s, didn't it?
I don't really pay attention to the Metacritic scores, so I have no idea if it was in the 70s or
Oh
what.
God.
Okay, anyway. And then this one's Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love, which was probably my favorite of the movies that we watched.
Nice.
And I've now officially gone through 3 rolls of double stick tape.
Whoa.
My fingers are sticky.
I tried to fix models to my handles with double stick tape. It was mixed results.
Yep.
Well,
Wait,
that's a
does
neat
the-
project.
Situation.
Wow, does DM's Guild really take 50%? Wow. I wonder how that compares to like Drive-Thru RPG, because I'm familiar with Drive-Thru RPG and DM's Guild as a way to get like homebrew stuff.
Yeah, I've gotten a
If
few
DM's
things from drive-through.
Yeah. I see Drive-Thru, yeah, actually, now that I think about it, whenever I get like third-party stuff from a Kickstarter, they always go through Drive-Thru.
Yeah,
So that makes
I haven't
sense.
gotten anything through DM's Guild myself.
If DM's Guild, I bought some stuff off there because we're working on the written content for Wildlands, and so I was researching writers and like looking for stuff that they've made. So I bought some stuff off of DM's Guild for that. If they really take 50%, then that makes sense why all these like independently funded like tabletop RPG like rulebooks are going to Drive-Thru instead. And they get exclusive rights. You can only sell it on DM's Guild. You can't sell it on your Kickstarter or personal store. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty
So I guess,
significant.
so I guess what they're saying is basically you're making it one of their products, and in turn you get like a lot more reach. I'm assuming is the exchange.
Yeah.
You can use all the copyrighted Wizards of the Coast monsters in art. Yeah, so that must be it. Man, DM's Guild is 50, drive-throughs like 30. Okay, but at least then is drive-through also exclusive or no? That's interesting because we're talking about like we've been talking about potentially like actually doing like a pay on demand thing for our modules. We were like trying to decide if we should try to do DM's Guild or drive through and stuff.
Oh, you can choose to be exclusive or not on drive-through. They'll take a different percentage depending.
Interesting. See, we don't really if we put our modules up. I was talking to Nate about it. If we put our modules up, we don't really care about making money off it. It's basically just about getting people to see it and play it and try to like grow like the people who are aware of us and like our stuff off of it.
Yeah.
So I think it's really the thing is what would get the most reach. I guess is the thing. Oh well.
Is What's Up Doc possible, Mace? Ed Griff
I
says.
saw that. Eventually, we will watch that one, but Maddie hasn't seen it yet, so we're gonna probably do that soon.
Nice. Cool. Well, what do we got coming up? The big old Twitch anniversary stuff is coming.
Yeah, so next week is standard on the anvil. The big thing with On the Anvil next week is we're going to be showing off the resin pieces because the Pledge Manager will have reopened the day before. So we're going to be showing off the resin pieces from Wildlands. We'll be showing them like built along with like the other escarpments and stuff. We'll show like this is what it actually looks like when you use it in a build, and we can demonstrate all the features of it and everything. If anybody has any questions about the resin pieces, we can showcase everything there because Nate will have his hands on it. And then we're also going to draw the players for the anniversary game are going to be drawn live on the air there. So if you haven't entered yet, you have until the 7th to enter, which I guess means through the 6th because that means I'm going to close it early on the 7th so that I can set up the drawing. But yeah. So if you want to play and you haven't filled it out yet, go ahead and look for that. The links are in the forums and the Discord. And then we'll be accepting builds for like another week after that. And then on the 17th, we're going to announce the 3 builds that we've picked from the 12x12s that people submitted. And then we're going to open a poll for 2, maybe 3 days to let all of you guys vote on 3 more builds to put in the game.
Awesome.
So for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be doing standard On the Anvil and Hobby Hang times. Where we have like these extra polls and submissions going on to set up for the game. Because then 3 weeks from now, it's the anniversary game week. Oh, actually, so the Hobby Hang in 2 weeks is going to be the actual literal anniversary of the first day that we've ever streamed.
Cool.
So we should do something special for that. We should talk about what to do for that, for something special. But yeah,
we both got green screens.
We do both have green screens.
There we go. Can get real creative.
We'll think of something. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, team. Well, thanks for hanging. Thanks for everyone for showing up and hobbying with us. And we'll see you next time. See you later.